I am so big on collaboration, supporting our industry, supporting one another, because when we compete and tear each other down, we're not getting these big properties sold that way.
Welcome back to Talking with Teri TV. I'm your host, Teri Karjla, and on today's Business Spotlight, selling luxury real estate has made her uber successful. But Ronda Courtney's biggest reward is giving back and helping others thrive in their real estate dreams too. Welcome ReMax Hall of Fame and ReMax Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Ronda Courtney.
Hi. Hi.
I mean, and you're such a trooper because she is just healing from being sick. And so what I love about this is, like, when we commit to saying yes, we commit and we follow through. And so I just love it. So you're powering through this. So thank you for being here today.
Yeah, I don't normally sound like this, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
We'll have Chris do some audio.
Yeah, great.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, because when we were talking, I recently met you and was just like, love her. But you were, in some of our conversations, you were talking about just growing up and like what that was like and some of the things that you had to overcome just in early childhood to get to where you're at today. So just bring us to the beginning and kind of how that impacted you today.
Well, I mean, selling luxury real estate can be hard.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of egos and a lot of people in my business that tell you that you can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I go back to my childhood a lot, because in 5th grade, my teacher told me that I would never graduate from high school. I had severe learning disabilities, that I would never, ever make it. And I remember going home, and I remember my parents saying, you know, Rhonda, that's just not true. Yeah. That is not true. Oh, yes. You will make it. You can do whatever you set your mind to do. And it's up to you. It doesn't matter what she says.
Hallelujah. Thank you. Yes.
And so I have taken that experience and I brought it a lot into real estate, because a lot of times, you know, they'll say, oh, Ronda, like, you can't list that $25 million house. Well, why not? Why not me? Yeah. You know, so I think that a lot of my childhood impacted my adulthood in me just believing that I can do it.
Yeah. So what have been some of your ways to move through that? Because I know that, and we have a similar background. Some of you know that I've also had a learning disability, and I struggled with school. And so those stories oftentimes get reinforced throughout. But at some point, we have to get to the place. It's like, you know what, where you were at, and then where you're going, and you're like, you know what, no, I got this.
Right.
So what was helpful for you in that journey?
So I think, you know, I think our biggest critic is ourselves, right? And so I had to really just tell myself, no, you can do it. No matter what anybody else says, I had to believe in myself. Yeah. And when I listed one of the biggest properties in Colorado, I was the 3rd agent in. And to be honest with you, for 2 years, I told myself I couldn't do it. I was my biggest problem. Yeah. And so then when the seller was like, no, I want you to do this, like, it's got to be you. I thought, well, then I've got to start believing in myself and go back to that where I'm like, no, I can do this.
Yeah, even if it's like the borrowed confidence, right? Yeah. Like if someone's like, when someone's like, you know what, Teri, you got this, you're like, okay, well, I might not have that 100% sold in, bought into that story, but I'm like, okay, well, if they believe in me, then they must see something that I don't see, and like borrowing that is really powerful.
You have to.
And then what happens is once we borrow that evidence for a little bit, or that confidence, or that belief, then we can say, then when we achieve it, then we can say, okay, now this becomes our new evidence of like, how do we create this and how do we foster this, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just build on that, which is powerful.
But don't you also believe what you tell yourself?
1000%.
You believe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if I kept telling myself, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, well, then I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, no, I'm going to do it. It's going to be me.
Yeah. Good for you.
So, yeah, it's what you tell yourself.
And you're right. That has been one of your claim to fame is selling this home, but you didn't just do it by yourself. And so tell us a little bit about how you were able to fully execute that.
So when I knew that I had to do this, I knew it was $25 million. I knew it was a ranch. I had a riding arena, a barn, a 17,000 square foot house, 317 acres.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I mean, I'm good at what I'm good at. I'm good at relationships with all the agents in the business and networking, and that's my strength. But my friends were really good at luxury properties, like with Compass. So obviously I love ReMax. I'm never leaving ReMax, but I co-listed this with Compass, and then it's a ranch. So I do horse properties, but not to this magnitude, right? So then I brought in one of the #1 ranch brokers out of Oklahoma. So it was like a team. So I formed a team. Our listing volume combined was 270 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I created a powerhouse because I'm like, you know what? It might not just be me that does this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to collaborate and I'm going to form a huge team and we're going to get it done. And
I love it. And I think that's so important with talking about collaborations and partnerships, because I think as entrepreneurs we can get out there and we say, okay, I'm on this road by myself, but I think the more that we allow in and help support. So what would you say as far as, you know, some information around how do we build those partnerships and collaborators?
Well, I mean, as real estate agents, I mean, we have the same struggles. We have the same lives pretty much. And why are we not supporting each other? So it's big for me to support and have really big relationships. And I'm not jealous of them. I'm not competing with them. In fact, they're helping me sell my homes. And so I am so big on collaboration, supporting our industry, supporting one another, because when we compete and tear each other down, we're not getting these big properties sold that way.
And I think that's really important, because I think sometimes we get ego in the way. It's like, well, you're going to be better than me if I let you come on or whatever. But I think that's a really strong message that we need to send to other women, especially women, especially women, right? Because it is the most hurtful thing. And, you know, my team knows that I've gone through some stuff just recently where I'm like, wow, why aren't we supporting each other? You know? And so what words of wisdom can you share with that? Because that takes a special person and I think a special level of development, right? Because when we first build a business, I think ego is driving the force, and then I think, you know, like no one else can do it better than me. And so how do you, what words of wisdom or what message would you like to share with other women to help support other women business owners?
My biggest thing with my team and when I mentor other agents is we rise by lifting others. We do. And if I can help another agent be successful, then I'm just helping our entire industry. We rise by helping others. I don't like to tear people down. I just don't think it's effective. And so my biggest words of advice, if you're going to be successful in real estate and you're going to survive it, then you rise by helping others.
And I think that's a testament to you, because you're a leading example of doing this. Like, you're not only just speaking, you know, you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk, right? And so I think that's really important. So, you know, if you have a desire to, you know, create those collaborations, you've got to be the one who's leading that.
So, and I mean, I started a real estate support group, and I have got 500 agents on there. And to be on that support page on Facebook, you have to be willing to support other agents. Like, who's your plumber? Who's your electrician? How are you getting this done? Why is this house not selling? And all of these agents come together to help each other. And it's an environment that I've created to help my own self survive.
Right.
You know?
And it's constantly, you know, giving and receiving, right? It's in this motion of you're helping, supporting, but you're also receiving. And so when we get into this give and receive energy, it's really powerful. And so they're starting to feel it. And what a blessing, and how refreshing, honestly, how refreshing that is to hear, you know, by leading by example and being able to give back and also be in that place of receiving to create more, right? So I love it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back hearing more words of wisdom from Ronda Courtney. We'll be right back.
Want more support in creating your success story? My products can help. Check them out. First, I have my book, Be the Magic of You, Tools to Transform Your Life. And in it, I have over 70 different tools to help reprogram your brain. Next, I have my Daily Intentions Planners. They help you create without forcing it. They combine brain science and universal laws. In addition to my book and planners, I also have 2 card decks you're sure to love, designed to support you to reconnect with your purpose, power, and potency. I also offer 2 special packages. The first is the Success Package. In it, you'll have my book and a year's supply of planners to help you bundle and save. Next is my favorite, the Empowerment Package. You can supercharge your life and business by getting all the products at one low price. But wait, there's more. I also offer a yearly subscription called the 7-Figure Business Box. Each quarter, you'll receive a physical box mailed to your home, a live 2-hour intensive training, an hour-long fireside chat with an expert in the industry, a guidebook packed with even more resources. To order anything you see here, just go to my website, talkingwithteri.com.
We're back with Ronda Courtney, and what would you describe, how would you describe selling real estate?
I describe selling real estate as being a professional hurdler in a game of whack-a-mole. Do you know whack-a-mole?
Yes.
Okay, so every time I get over a hurdle, I get knocked down, back up, knocked down. That is selling real estate.
That is so solid, and that is not just in real estate. That's in any business. You're an entrepreneur. I love this. I love that metaphor because we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
That's gold. I mean, it's so gold.
Maybe I'll win gold in the hurdles. I don't know. Could happen.
But here's the thing: is you keep going, you will absolutely win gold. That is the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think the higher we rise, and I just was having this conversation. I think the lighter our bright shines, the more arrows we get in the back. And I was telling a girlfriend the other day, I said, then what's the motivation, right?
Right.
And she's like, you know what? Here's the thing: is they can never steal your joy. They can never steal. They can right? And you're going to have those, and yet you're going to power through them. And the more that you experience them, you know how to respond to them, and you're going to rise further and faster. So thank the naysayers, thank the whatever, because they're making us stronger, right? So working those muscles.
Yeah.
All right. So so going back to the house that you were talking about earlier, what are some of the struggles or challenges that you had to overcome in order to create?
Well, I mean, when you're selling a house that expensive, there's very few buyers, obviously.
Right.
And so our team just got together and we did everything we could. I mean, Compass had the networks and I had the relationships with the agents, our ranch brokers, Rod specialized in land. I mean, we just pulled together as a team. We did everything we could to get it done. Creative, we broke it up in pieces. So I sold 163 acres, the house, the riding arena, and the barn for $15 million. And we're still selling the rest of the mountain. That's going on the market next week, 160 acres for around $11 million. And the Bear Mountain team's doing it again.
Perfect. I love it. So that team collaboration, I love it.
We're working together again. Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah, wonderful. And so that actually led to some other things for you as a result of that collaboration. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So I can't really say who it is, but I got probably one of the biggest sign calls in history.
Love it.
Pulled off another $25 million sale. So I feel like one thing leads to another in this business. But what I am very adamant about talking about is I don't care about the price range.
Yeah.
I care about my clients.
Yeah.
I'll sell super expensive homes. I'll sell $200,000 homes. My clients are getting divorced. I'll do that. Maybe their parents are elderly and it's an estate and they need me to do that. I care about my clients and what their needs are more than I care about being a luxury agent, and I don't market myself that way.
Yeah. So, and you were saying off camera that there's been some things that have happened to you where again you're shining your light, and then there's been some shenanigans that's happened, and it's again that whack-a-mole where it's there's been some unpleasant things that you've gone through, and even some traumatic things. So what would you say about that with business owners that, are expanding and, there's going to be things that are coming out and you don't even see them in the blind spot trying to take you out or take you under?
Right. Well, I mean, I go back to what's really important to me. My life is more important to me than my job. I mean, this is my job and it's what I do, but it is not who I am. So when I have people that, you're gonna have people that don't like you, and oh, Ronda's this, Ronda's that. Well, they probably don't even know me, right? And so I really pull from the people that care about me. I surround myself with people that I really like, that are very uplifting. And the negative people, I always think about this, they're negative because they're not happy in their own lives, right? So maybe they are gonna take it out on me. Maybe I'm a light that they don't want to be around, right? So then I'm gonna surround myself around people that lift me up, because I feel like my life is too short to be around so much negativity.
Exactly. And I think in any place that you're at in your business, whether you're starting, scaling, or selling your business, I think that knowing that there are going to be the reality of it, and I hate to say this, the reality of it, there's going to be people that don't like us. Right. Because I'm wearing pink. There's going to be people that don't like us because we're successful. There's going to be people that are not going to have our back, our back. There's going to be people that don't want us to succeed. Right. And, they'll show their true colors, and it's like, okay, thank you for showing your true colors. You're now a snake in the grass, and I'm going to be cautious and moving.
Right. I mean, I always thank my mom all the time because I wasn't born with the jealousy gene. I wasn't. I just wasn't born with that. I'm so excited for women that do well. I really am. I'm not jealous of any woman because, I love your dress. So instead of being jealous, I'm like, where'd you get that? I'm going to go get one. I'm going to go get that dress today because I like it. I'm not jealous. If I want something that another woman has, I'm just going to figure out how to do it.
I know, and I just, this is such a side note, but when I met you and I saw your phone case, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your phone case. And I'm like, I'm going to find a Ronda Courtney phone case. And so I totally copied you. And I showed you, I said, you inspired me. So I told you, I was so excited to share this with you. I'm like, you inspired me to go get one like this, right? Because you're right. It can be just like you inspired me.
And I'm flattered by that.
Yeah, right? It's just, and it's the little things, whether it's a phone case or it's, you know what, oh my gosh, you're launching this. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Can I help? How can I be a part of this, right?
Yeah, but so many people are so jealous. They copied me and got that dress. I'm like, oh, that looks good. Yeah. I think it's so flattering when somebody wants something that I have. I'm so flattered about it. I'm never jealous. I think that's the greatest thing.
And I think it's the greatest compliment, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Seriously, I'm not just saying this, no, let's do this, right? And so what a breath of fresh air. And just I hope that if there's, any business owners that are women out there that is hearing this, just taking it in and saying, what contribution can I be and receive today? That's a great energy tool, by the way. Say it 3 times. What contribution can I be and receive today? Is a powerful way to shift that mentality and add to more of what we're creating, which is, again, going to that abundance. Really what you're talking about and what you're describing is the abundance mindset.
100%.
And it's taking away from the scarcity, because the scarcity is where we're in competition. We're in, this imposter syndrome, we're in this low vibration. But when we go into that place of abundance, the world is our playground.
Yeah, I feel like the energy that you put out is what you're getting back. If I'm putting out, oh, the market's terrible, and oh, we're getting a lawsuit with real estate, with NAR, and I tell everyone, I'm like, you know what, no, focus on what's positive out there, put the positive energy out there. Every single market in real estate for over 20 years, I've survived it.
Yeah.
Because you just figure out a way.
And you'll continue, and you'll survive the next one. And the next one, because it is cyclical. And that's as true in business for any business owners, where everyone's going through a time right now, but it will turn around. It always does.
Yeah, I always say my biggest thing that I tell everyone is that I want to know what the solution is. I don't really want to know what the problem is. We know what the problem is. How do we fix it? What's the solution? What do we do? How do we get through this? You stay in those problems too long, and that's all you ever see.
Yeah.
Right?
So I hear from you kind of some of your secrets to success, obviously, is staying positive, looking for solutions, collaborations, partnerships. What else would you say for our listeners that can say, if there's some words of wisdom that you could share with the audience of how to help people, grow their business, expand their business, what would you say?
Well, I'm super real and transparent. I wrote the book called The Survival Guide to Selling Real Estate, and in that book I talk about my divorce, which was terrible. And so what I tell people is every bad experience, I'm willing to share that to help someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else through that experience. But
Yeah.
what I will say, every horrible experience that I've ever had has led me to something better. Even though I didn't believe it at the time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't believe it at the time. Like when you're getting divorced and you're losing $500,000 and the IRS is seizing your bank accounts, it's all in the book, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm transparent.
Yeah.
Like who thinks that that's okay?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I remember like basically being in the ashes and going, okay, I'm not going to survive this. Like this is terrible.
Yeah.
And then when I got the mindset of, no, this is fine. Like your worst
figure it
fears
out.
have already
Yeah.
come true. Everything that you dreaded would happen did, and you're alive, and you're actually doing okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, every bad experience, everyone listening out there, it will lead to something better. Like my nasty divorce. Well, my boyfriend's way cuter now. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, you know. Who would have thought, right?
Right.
Who would have thought? All you women out there going through a divorce, there's better men out there, you know?
Yes, but you're right. But if you're holding that place of like, how do I move through?
Yeah.
And how do I create this, right? And how
Right.
holding that those intentions of like, it's, you know, if this is my rock bottom, this is my rock bottom. I can only go up from here.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's really powerful. And so your book can obviously be purchased on
It's on Amazon.
on Amazon. And so, oh my goodness, what a gift you are, and what a great
Thank you.
light you are to spread this awareness, to spread this message to other entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate agents, brokers, you know, you name it, you got it.
Yeah.
But that we can rise together ultimately.
We can.
That we can do this together and work together and work smarter and not harder. And this was designed actually for you really helping other women in real estate, men and women in
Yeah.
real estate, and really helping them thrive through
Right.
anything.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm selling real estate 7 days a week. I have no life. None. I'm running it completely wrong.
Yeah.
And so then, of course, you know, I go to the bottom of my life, bottom of my career. And then I wrote a book about it because I wanted to tell people, hey, if you go to the bottom, this is how you rise up, right? And, you know, one of my friends actually was so stressed out in real estate, he actually died. And so I was like, I've had enough of this. Like, it's enough, right? There's a way to run your business with balance and boundaries and still be successful. I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But then when I figured it out, I was like, well, I'm going to write a book about it.
Yeah. Well, brilliant.
So,
Love it. Well, I could sit here and talk to you forever. We're going to have to bring you back on for sure. But where can people connect with you and reach out to you?
I'm definitely all over social media, Facebook, Ronda Courtney. The book is on Amazon.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'd love to
it.
connect with anyone that needs it.
Perfect. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. We'll see you on the next Business Spotlight. Thank you so much. Big hugs. Mwah. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to find out about my upcoming shows. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.